Hello, welcome to my channel. So my name is Danae and this is Dearest Danae Art. So today we are talking about Copics versus Ohuhu markers. So this is a quick video because I feel like it's a no-brainer. But first I want to talk about quality. So as far as quality goes, they are pretty comparable when utilizing them on the page. Well, first off, I want to talk about their tips. So they have similar brush tips and broad tips, and you can get them in either way. The tips are roughly the same, and they have similar texture, so they feel the same on the page. Other than that, they keep the same way, and they have the same longevity. In fact, I feel like the Copics actually don't. Their tips may actually not last as long, in my experience. But maybe I'm too rough on my Copics or something. I don't really know. I feel like I got the Copics whenever I was new to alcohol markers, and so maybe I was too aggressive with them whenever I was first starting with alcohol markers, and so maybe I don't know. Maybe I was too aggressive with them and they wore out faster or something. But I definitely had a couple markers where I had to use the replacement nibs for the Copic markers. For the Ohuhus, I haven't had that problem or that issue, but I'm also a lot more experienced with alcohol markers now that I use the Ohuhus. That being said, when it comes to quality, when utilizing them on the page, they have roughly the same feel and the same fill on the page. So you don't get one is not lighter than the other, or one does not have a bolder look than the other. They're very comparable. In fact, I don't notice a quality difference, and I've been using alcohol markers for 5 or 6 years now, and I prefer my Ohuhus to my Copic markers. In fact, I always reach for my Ohuhus. I forget I have Copic markers. So if that says anything, I don't know what else does. The second point I want to make is price. So when it comes to price, a single Copic marker is $6.50. So, and that's at that's if you go to a big box store, they might be a little bit more with tax, like $7. If you go to Amazon, they might still be around $6.50 or something for a single Copic marker. If you buy a big box set like the 72 set, you're looking anywhere from $421 to $550. So like $420 to $550 for a 72 set of Copic markers. And that is insane, number one. And number two, that is a huge barrier to entry for any artist. And so it's just very unachievable and very for the quality that they're giving you that you can get somewhere else. I don't see the benefit of paying extra for something that you can get the quality somewhere else. Now, I haven't been using Ohuhus long enough to say that the colors don't fade or something like that. Maybe they do. Maybe the Copics are archivable. I don't know. I'm not sure. But back to the price situation. A single Ohuhu marker, a single one, is 96 cents. You can't even buy a single Ohuhu marker because they don't sell them in singles. You can buy refills, and I'll get to that later. But for a 72 set of Ohuhu markers, it is $67. And that is way more affordable and way more practical barrier to entry for any artist that wants to get into alcohol markers, which is a great medium to work in for any artist, whether you be a new artist or if you're just branching into a new area. You don't have to be a super experienced artist to want to get into alcohol markers. And you can be a very experienced artist and want to just try a new medium, and you don't have to get the highest end product to get a good turnout, a good turnout with your artwork. I've gotten plenty of great art stuff out of my Ohuhu markers. I prefer them. I have an entire, I will show you. I have an entire collection of Copic markers, and I forget they exist. They're getting dust everywhere because they literally collect dust on my art cart because my Ohuhu markers live on my desk, on my art desk, and that is where they're my primary my go-tos. And so another thing I want to talk about is when it comes to needing to refill your markers, refills are more readily available for Ohuhu. When it comes to needing refills for Copic, I remember trying to get refills for my Copic markers, and I could not find any on the website. Like, if you go to the Copic website, they were consistently out of refills. And the refills, if anybody doesn't know, they are like little tubes that you refill your alcohol marker with. So basically you don't have to buy another marker. So it's basically it's cheaper than buying another marker, and it's better for the environment because you're not having to buy another piece of plastic. So you can essentially get a refill, and then you just pop off the top and you hold the refill there, and you essentially drip it into the tip of the marker and press it here, and it fills the marker up with the alcohol solution that is the color for your marker. And so you should be able to go on the website and look at the color. So this is Moss YG67, and you should be able to go on the website and look up YG67 and have the refill delivered to you and fill your marker. And so it is just impossible on Copic's website to find refills for markers. And so I specifically have gone on there looking for refills for colors that I've been out of, and I could not find refills. And so I was forced to go out and buy another color of the color I needed, because this was before Ohuhus existed, and I didn't have access to any other alcohol markers. And so I would just had to go buy another color and spend the $6.50 to get the color I needed to finish whatever project I was working on. And so that was very frustrating. And so that's my story about refills with Copic markers. With Ohuhus, on the other hand, they are they're very easy to find refills for. If you go on their website, they have refills for everything. You can go on there and search up your color. Like, this is Sardonyx R110. You can look up R110, and they will have a refill for you, and you can get it shipped to your house. You refill it the same way you fill a Copic marker, and it's easy, and they're easier to find. And worst case scenario, if they do run out and you can't find a refill for it, they're a lot cheaper to replace than a Copic marker. So if you do need to get another marker, you can. The only downside is you can't buy singles of Ohuhus. So if you do run out, you have to buy a set. And so, that might be a problem for the future, but right now their refills are easy to find and they're easily refillable. And so I also feel like, and this might just be me, I don't know, but I feel like they last longer. I work a lot more with alcohol markers with my Ohuhus than I did with my Copic markers. And I feel like they last a lot longer than the Copic markers did. So I feel like maybe I'm getting more product in my Ohuhu marker than I did with my Copic marker. But that might just be me. I'm not really sure. So yeah, that's my review of Copics versus Ohuhus. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I just wanted to say I do really like Ohuhu markers, and I think that they are worth it for the price if you're considering getting a big set. I personally got the 200 set or the 300 set, and I love them. I use them pretty much every day, if not every other day. I have not had any problems with mine drying out, or I've had them for like a year and they still are going strong. So I think they're a great gift for any artist, or if you're a new artist thinking about getting these markers, I would say go for it. Or if you're a seasoned artist that is thinking about getting this set versus Copic markers, I would say go for the Ohuhus, because they are a great buy, and they last a really long time, and they have definite benefits over the Copic markers. They're cheaper, they last a long time, the price point is just perfect, and the refills are readily available. So in closing, that's what I wanted to say. Please like or dislike my video, and subscribe for more content, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.